another episode of Spark Gaming Essentials. I'm Janessa.
And I'm Julian. Here are the games releasing as we close out 2020.
Puzzle fans, rejoice! Two iconic puzzle games collide once again in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Puyo Puyo is a puzzle game from Japan, but if you're an old school gamer, you might also recognize it from one of its localized versions, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine or Kirby's Avalanche. The goal is to match 4 plus eye blobs of the same color in a line, or not a line, to clear them from your board and drop them into your opponent's game. And you probably know what Tetris is, but just in case, it's one of the most iconic puzzle games ever, where players rotate and stack falling tetrominoes in a line. In Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, you can play either of these versions alone, or mix them together in organized chaos. There's a new single-player adventure mode that will have you traveling different dimensions with returning characters like Ringo, T, and P. Actually, his name is O, but I just really wanted to say that. Play with up to 4 players in a ton of modes like Versus, Fusion, Swap, Party, and Big Bang. If you're an online competitor, you'll enjoy new game-specific leagues, tournaments, and online rankings. There's also a brand new skill battle mode, where you'll create a team of characters with special skills that can quickly change the pace of the game. If you've been enjoying Tetris 99 or Tetris Effect, I think you'll really enjoy what Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 has to offer. Pick it up at your local GameStop on December 8th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
This month brings with it the moment so many gamers have been waiting for. Cyberpunk 2077 is out at last. This action role-playing game of the dark future lets players trick themselves out with cybernetic enhancements like sin lungs and mantis blades as they carve out a name for themselves in Big Bad Night City. Start your journey as either a nomadic wastelander, a city street rat, or a corporate fixer, and build out a skill set that suits your playstyle. Will you use stealth, hacking, and charm to get your way? Or do you prefer to let your high-tech arsenal of weapons do the talking? That's up to you, samurai. Just remember that as you take on jobs and rise through the ranks of the underworld, rival gangs and corporations will take notice of you too. It helps to have a few close friends along the way, and no one will be closer to you than long-dead rocker boy icon Johnny Silverhand, because he lives on a microchip inside your head. Johnny will serve as your Night City tour guide and unreliable narrator, but his interests don't always align with yours. Cyberpunk 2077 is brought to you by CD Projekt Red, the same studio behind the much-acclaimed Witcher RPGs. CD Projekt Red is known for going to great lengths to perfect their games, and the studio delayed the game's release a few times to ensure that it runs smoothly on the new generation of consoles. But wait no longer if you're a fan of dystopian RPGs like the Deus Ex or Fallout franchises, or if you love that 80s neon future aesthetic like Blade Runner or Akira. Cyberpunk 2077 is simply a game you cannot miss when it releases for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on December 10th.
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, also known as FNaF VR or FNaF 7, is both a new game and a celebration of the games that came before it, all set in the Five Nights universe. In this survival horror game, you'll play as a beta tester for the Freddy Fazbear virtual experience. That's right, while you can play this game in its non-VR mode, a new layer of horror immersion is offered by playing inside PSVR. If you're unfamiliar with the franchise, you're basically stuck in a pizzeria at night, forced to complete tasks, all while creepy animatronics jump scare and attack you. This all takes place in the form of mini-games lasting anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes, which sounds short on paper, but will feel like a heart-pounding eternity. In Help Wanted, there are new minigames for you to enjoy, returning favorite animatronic killers, and classic scenes remade for VR from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, and sister location. Now, I've read the reviews, okay? There are some people who straight up just can't finish this game because it's so scary. If you've ever woken up from a nightmare where the animatronic animals at Chuck E. Cheese decided to try and kill you and you enjoyed it, you're going to want to check this game out. If spoopy games are your thing, and you've enjoyed games like Outlast or Amnesia, you can pick up the physical version of Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted for Nintendo Switch or PlayStation 4 on December 15th.
When the day comes that giant kaiju rise from the oceans, humanity's only hope will be towering humanoid mechs that fight them off Pacific Rim style. But what do we do with all those mechs once the day is saved? Override 2 Super Mech League Ultraman Deluxe Edition has the answer. Giant Robot Fighting League, obviously. Climb into the cockpit of 20 different mechs, each with a unique style like a classic Japanime mobile suit or a luchador fish named Pescado. Plus, the Ultraman Deluxe Edition includes 4 additional playable characters from the long-running Ultraman franchise, as well as an exclusive Ultraman cosmetic pack. Duke it out mono metal mono, 2v2, or go at it in a free-for-all. Try out other game modes like Xeno Swarm and King of the Hill with up to 4 players locally or online. Or play as a solo pilot, punching above your weight in career mode, striving to claim what I can only assume is an absolutely enormous belt. And what would a giant robot fight be if you couldn't flatten famous cities and landmarks under your heel? Hardly a giant robot fight at all, I say. This party brawler sets itself apart by giving the player control of each of their mech's limbs separately, so victory will go to whomever is most one with their machine. If you enjoy other lighthearted fighting games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or Brawlhalla, check out Override 2 Super Mech League Ultraman Deluxe Edition when it launches on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One December 22nd.
And just like that, our last episode of Spark Gaming Essentials for 2020 is complete.
But don't fret, if you want more of our show, you can check it out at youtube.com/GameStop video and click on the Spark playlist.
I'm Janessa, and you can find me online at Pods of War.
And I'm Julian, also known as @HUGUET. Goodbye and Happy New Year.